I work 3 jobs. Can I buy a house? No.
So why is it not a fucking loss that we're paying them $300 billion to fix a bunch of shit we blew up?
The riots that occurred shortly after the New York Knicks won the finals made me realize that we really are just sheep.
So, where is our power now, huh?
As I get older, I start to realize every truth has a shadow. The question is what's lying inside of it. Tonight's video is going to uncover some of that. We got some people that are considering this ceasefire in Iran to be a surrender. We got some people considering it propaganda. And we have absolutely nothing still coming about those Epstein files we've been looking for. So let's get into tonight's episode and see what we got.
Tap water is almost free in Iran. For example, I pay less than $1 each month for my water bill. But in this video, I'm not gonna talk about water. I'm gonna talk about gas and fuel prices in Iran. This is a bottle of water, or as the British say, devour. Anyway, and yeah, that's Dasani from Coca-Cola. I'm gonna give this bottle of water to one of these trees. I'm in a park in one of our neighborhoods. I hope these trees won't get poisoned because
Even other countries like Iran know Dasani is not good for you. So that says something about that.
And now I'm gonna fill it up with gas. Okay, right now I'm in the queue, but unfortunately I forget to bring my fuel card. There's a card that you should have with you when you want to put fuel in your car, but I forget it, so I should go and come another time. This is what I forget to bring with me. This is a fuel card. I should put this into that. This is what it costs per liter. But there is 3 kinds of gas in Iran that I'm gonna explain for you. I'm gonna put fuel in this. See how much does it cost. Alright, now let's talk about the price. There are 3 kinds of prices in Iran for gas. The first one is highly subsidized gas, which means every person with a car gets 60 liters of highly subsidized gas, which costs about 1 cent per liter, which means 4 cents per gallon. The other kind is subsidized gas, which every person gets 100 liters per month, and it costs about 2 cents per liter or 8 cents per gallon. And the last one is unsubsidized gas, which costs about 5 cents per liter or 20 cents per gallon. And guys, even compared to our income, which is not high, it's dirt cheap. 1.5 liters of
It looks so watery, though. I will say it doesn't look like high quality gasoline. So,
petroleum or
but
gas
8 cents a gallon
is 1/12 of bottled water, and that's insane. And also consider that it's not really good. Sometimes
There you go.
it's bad. And guys, if you want to know about Iran from the perspective of an Iranian living in Iran, give me a follow because there's much more that I'm gonna show you. Have a great day or night.
All right, so we all know gas prices are crazy, but the fact that it's so cheap, I get it. It's very watered down, but just those prices alone. I mean, since last year, the average in the United States has gone up 70 cents. Like that alone, what we've increased from the last year is already how many times more than just a gallon of gas over there. So it is a little insane when you do the breakdown, but you got to think about the quality and the regulations that we have here are probably way higher than they have over there in Iran.
Of respect to the citizens of Corpus Christi, if it wasn't for your time and energy, I wouldn't be able to speak here as this is our building, not theirs. Thank you. I would give you a round of applause, but that's only dictated by the tyranny in front of me and not us, which we will change if y'all will listen to me. You see these people up here? Do you think they have the power behind their nameplates? No, the power is actually behind me and the people. The issue is that they live in the shadows because they either do not know how to fight you or they don't understand how to. I will teach you. The only reason the government feels in power is because the people forgot who they are. I did not. I am an anomaly in your machine. You can't patch me, you can't get rid of me. I will not forget, and I know how to fight you. The system panics, it isolates you, it slanders you, it tries to ruin you, and has every single person you ever known and loved fight against you as long as they're still plugged into the matrix. I can teach you how to unplug. Just listen. If you look onto my social media page, you will see an incident with CCPD. CCPD broke into a home, no warrant, no law broken, no permission to enter, and they beat a young woman, slammed her head into the table and beat her. This was Officer Martinez. Shout out to Aslan, the victim. You are more of a man than most of the people in Corpus Christi as you stood against tyranny by yourself, alone, and no one helped you. Thank you, baby girl. You did good. If they'll do it to her, they'll do it to any one of us. And they've proven that. They don't care. I teach my members of Texas Strong Fitness whenever they're prospects. Day one is the hardest. All you got to do is walk through the door. Here's how I teach y'all. I'm a key, and I know how to fight the system. If you listen, we can beat them together. Here's your choice. Stay plugged into the system or help me crash it. Now, this is to the entire United States. The math is cold. The math is absolute. Key this number. If 200 of us stand up at this podium and we talk about Officer Martinez beating a woman, what happens, counsel? What's 200 times 3? 10 hours of your day stolen by us. All you got to do is listen. You want justice for that young lady? Listen to me. We'll take control of this meeting every single time it happens. If you double that and 400 of us show up, that's 20 hours in 1 week. Your salaries decrease. You will fucking listen. You don't fear noise. You fear consistency. You fear the masses, and they will stop asking and start demanding if you listen to me. We can take back every single town across the nation and change the entire fucking country if y'all will listen. Just by what I just told you. Capture them and take them. Power was never taken from us. We just forgot. It was just waiting for men like me to show you how to use it. Find me, follow me on social media, subscribe. I'm going to help you. 200 men times 3. 10 hours of their day.
And I'm all for getting out there and using your voice. Just keep in mind, there are rules. They will kick you out if you start to be disruptive or anything that'll cause disruption. You do have to sign up ahead of time, and even when you do so, you might not be guaranteed your time.
So this video is going to be for Trump supporters, more specifically, the ones who are starting to feel disappointed and are convincing themselves maybe to hang on a little longer with midterms approaching. Pay very close attention to what politicians say and compare it to what they actually do. Recently, Trump and J.D. Vance have made public comments criticizing Israel and talking about pursuing peace with Iran. None of this is a genuine shift in policy. It is political theater designed to reassure you because they know that they have an increasingly dissatisfied America First base. Politicians don't suddenly discover principles 6 months before an election. They discover polling data. They discover that their voting bloc is starting to get restless and they have to say whatever they need to say to keep that bloc from walking away. And something that I've noticed about Trump is that he's exceptionally good at letting his base down and then giving people just enough bullshit to keep them invested. He throws out one sentence that sounds like what his supporters might want to hear, and then people focus on that one sentence while ignoring thousands of pages of actions that came before it. Don't ask what Trump said last week. Who cares? Ask how many weapons were sent. Ask how much aid was approved. Ask whether military cooperation was expanded or contracted. Ask whether policy changed or the messaging changed. While the media wants you focused on a few carefully selected headlines about Trump and J.D. Vance suddenly deciding to sound critical of Israel, take a step back and look at the bigger picture. This is not just a Palestinian story. It's Palestine, it's Lebanon, it's Iran, it's Syria, it's Yemen. It's a region-wide conflict that has expanded far beyond the borders of one territory. And American politicians from both parties continue to support the machinery that makes it possible. Republicans will tell you it's the Democrats. Democrats will tell you it's the Republicans. And then both parties turn around and support many of the same.
I watch Segovia Reacts. That's He's a big influence of mine, and I respect the hell out of that dude. And he even says it, man, on all of his videos. It's not just one side. It's not just Republicans. It's not just Democrats. Both of them. Both of them are doing the same exact shit. Um, it just is what it is.
Foreign policy priorities. Politicians have been campaigning one way and governing another for decades. That is why I'm less interested in speeches than I am in policy. So forgive me that I haven't been swayed by a few election season sound bites. If Trump is truly changing course back to America first and distancing from Israel, then where are the sanctions? Where's the end to military aid? Where's the end to the weapons transfers? Where's the accountability? Because until the actions match the rhetoric that you're spewing on the news for midterm election votes, political theater. That's all it is. You're going to see more of this messaging that's designed to make you think that there's distance between the United States and Israel. But this is all while deeper military, deeper intelligence, deeper institutional relationships are continuing behind the scenes. If you are America first, be America first consistently. If you're against endless foreign entanglements, be against them regardless of which party is in power. If you are against sending billions of dollars overseas instead of giving it to our own country, be against it regardless of who signs the check. What would it take for you to actually admit that you've been misled? How many broken promises? How many contradictions? How many times does the Trump administration have to tell you one thing and do another before you stop believing the words coming out of their mouth and start looking at their actions? And before anyone says, well, then why are you talking to Trump supporters anyway? If I wanted to exclusively talk to people who agreed with me, there would be no point in me making political content. Political beliefs don't just change because someone like Dean Withers screams at you in a political debate on live stream. They change because people start noticing contradictions that they were previously ignoring. If your goal is to actually change people's opinions and their minds, then you have to eventually be willing to talk to people who disagree with you. If your goal is just to, Dean Withers your way through politics and feel morally superior, then by all means, keep calling everyone you disagree with stupid. I've never found that strategy particularly effective. Stay skeptical. Verify claims independently. Do not let headlines replace analysis. Do not fall for what they say. Look at what they have done. Don't get distracted by a sentence. Look at the chapter. Better yet, look at the entire book. If a politician says something you agree with, don't reward them for saying it. Reward them for doing it. Oh yeah? Israel wouldn't exist without the United States? Show us.
I mean, for example, I kind of fell for it too. What happened to that, $2,500 or $5,000 we were supposed to get from Doge when they were uncovering all the shit we were wasting money on? We still haven't gotten that.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm on Revolution TikTok. The American people talking about how it's unfair to live. The Declaration of Independence says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It also states that when any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. Now, I'm 27. I work blue collar. I work 3 jobs. Can I buy a house? No. So I'm going to say my pursuit of happiness and freedom is being affected. What people don't realize is it's not left or right anymore. It's us coming together. Put your views aside. One, this is America. We all are allowed to have our own views. I'm not going to judge you because of it. 2, we have power in numbers. If we all, for example, Netflix keeps raising their subscription price. If we all canceled, that price would plummet back down. Same thing with the gas. If we all did not drive for 2 days, even 1 day, that would create such a surplus of gasoline that gas prices would plummet. Power in numbers here. And if you think after that whole Palm Beach Pete list came out that none of these people should go to jail, you're a problem. And if you still support any of those people mentioned, you need to go to jail too. I'm not political. All I care about is having a quality of life and not working for a living. Because the line between work-life balance is slowly fading to work. This is no life, man. House prices shouldn't be $1 million for a 1-bedroom. This is ridiculous, and we need to do something.
It's absurd. It really is absurd too, because everything is going up in price and the quality goes down. They call it cute little name of shrinkflation. I call it bullshit, honestly.
What the fuck are we doing? I don't know anymore. I don't know what the fuck we do about this. Do we just drag them out of their homes? It seems like the only reasonable thing. We've done all of the reasonable things. I've signed the fucking petitions. I went to the rallies. I went to the marches. I stopped using the straws. And look, we're still fucked.
Fucking straws.
None of that changed anything. So what the fuck do we do now except kill these fuckers? Whatever, man. Vote.
I want you all to pay close attention to this video. I mean, really remember it, because it is not every day that you witness the President of the United States of America signing an unconditional surrender for the war that he fucking started and doing it in Versailles, but he's too fucking brain-addled to realize the historical irony in that. It's not a surrender, you stupid lib. It's the art of the deal. Okay, Cletus, I want you to imagine for a moment that the terms of this deal are flipped. Iran is going to pay us $300 billion to fix a bunch of shit they blew up. They're going to pay us $25 billion to start negotiating about the thing that started the war, and we're going to control the Strait of Hormuz. You would call that a win for us, right? So why is it not a fucking loss that we're paying them $300 billion to fix a bunch of shit we blew up? We're paying them $25 billion to start negotiating about their nuclear capabilities, and they're going to control the Strait of Hormuz, and thus 20% of the global oil supply, only now they've learned a lesson that if they don't like how things are going or somebody's bullying them, they just shut the fucker down. Tell me how that's not a loss, MAGA. Why don't you tell me some more about this fucking art of the deal? Why don't you tell me some more about what a good negotiator is? Why don't you tell me how it fucking feels to know that you are responsible for the deaths of American service members? You're responsible for the deaths of thousands of Iranian civilians, including children. You're responsible for hundreds of billions of American taxpayer dollars that could have bought food for kids in this fucking country. Gone. Why don't you tell me how that feels? All because you were too goddamn stupid not to vote for the guy who started this war to distract from the fact that he was best friends with a bunch of fucking pedophiles. Tell me how that feels or get fucked.
Actually, speaking of that,
in 33 days, I become the first American man facing court over the Epstein files before anyone actually in the files. My crime? I exposed the people in the files by organizing an Epstein files Easter egg hunt. Every day leading up to my court date, I'm going to be opening up a new egg with a name and a file they did not want you to see. Today's egg was a professional whose job it was that you would not find the rotten ones. Ian Osborne, fixer to the elite. We're going to scan the QR code. This is a memo, June 2011, 3 years after Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to procuring a child for prostitution. The title, Issues of Reputation. It is a step-by-step plan to make a convicted child sex offender look respectable again. It tells Epstein to keep his name out of the tabloids, to steadily restore his profile in select media, political, and philanthropic circles, to establish himself as a pioneering supporter of science and technology, and in writing, promises to clean up his Google results, to push the stories about his pedophilia down the page so that you would not see them. It tells him to get himself, and I kid you not, into the Bilderberg meeting, the secretive gathering of the global elite, to be seen standing next to them. And this was not a
familiar
one-time
last name.
The files show Osborne also offered to help Epstein get his associate Jeff Staley installed as chief executive at Barclays by quietly floating Staley's name with well-known British financial journalists at dinners. He did not fade. Epstein helped him establish Hedo Sophia, a London venture capital firm that he founded in 2012 and has backed some of the most valuable tech companies in the world, including Uber and Spotify. And he sits on the board of Havas, one of the largest advertising and public relations companies in the planet. When this memo surfaced, Havas said it was reviewing his position. That's the entire consequence, a review. Ian Osborne literally wrote the playbook for laundering a pedophile's reputation. He was never charged or investigated. He is a billionaire investor sitting on the board of a global PR empire. Ian Osborne faces no court, yet I do. Follow us so you don't miss a single name. Tomorrow we open the 7th egg.
These are the people that are heads of firms that are in charge of like Google profiles and anything you search that comes up or doesn't come up. But that's not even it. Like there's fronts for businesses in Miami. It gets very deep.
Lock in. We got to do the recap real quick because
Got my ass
in
with
the
the
comment
keys.
section talk about some what's going on. We're closer to collapse than we've ever been. I need y'all to lock in. Okay, so
Epstein file, video I found on the internet. We know the Epstein file was recorded in there, right? Here's a map, Epstein Island. That's Florida, Dollar Paradise. That's where the Epstein files were recorded that we just, the two specific ones that we just showed you. That's where they're recorded, right? A place called Dollar Paradise, also known as like Beach Life. It's a little small business, what have you, in northern Miami Beach, Florida. That's where the Epstein files were recorded, okay? Everyone who worked here, or most of the people who worked here, lived in the general area, or quote unquote worked in the general area. Isnar LSC or LLC, whatever, you have it, right? Zoom into this. Rich house, pool in the back, lake behind the pool, like no, okay? Next, let's go to the condo that someone else lives in, okay? Beachside condo, 3 balconies, pool, ridiculous, right? Okay, so then we were doing some more looking, some more finding, and we found this address, right, for 2 people who work at Epstein Business LLC or whatnot, right? Private area, by the way. If you look here, this is where their address is. Street view does not go anywhere near there, but thankfully we have satellites and a map. Let's go see. Look at this. This is another, look at this. Really? Like, no, these people are getting paid. These people have different sources of income.
And they apparently work at a devour store.
Boats docked behind the pool. Stop playing with me, please.
Epstein owned a ranch in New Mexico. That's 6 federal agencies. Chose not to search. Not couldn't. Chose not to. That decision has a reason. You're about to hear it.
There's a gate in New Mexico, off a 2-lane road to nowhere. 7,000 acres of
It's on a ranch
that the government chose not to enter. She was 16 when they flew her in, told her it was a chance to volunteer. She found herself alone with him instead, and hid inside a bathroom full of fear. Her name was Annie. She told the truth, she told it to the courts, she told it to the rooms where men in suits decided what the public was allowed to know. The mansion in Manhattan they raided, the island in the Caribbean they searched, but the ranch in New Mexico stayed untouched, stayed quiet, stayed buried. 7,000 acres, and they never showed up. 7,000 acres of girls who gave up, hoping someone powerful would finally ask what happened here behind the gate, behind the glass. 7,000 acres, and they chose to look away. 7,000 acres, still carrying the weight of everything that no one came to say.
Rachel came as a massage therapist, newly certified, proud of what she'd learned. 2 years of being called back to that place. 2 years before she understood she'd never be returned to who she was. And the FBI received the tips, they received the names, they received the letters describing what was buried in the hills outside the gate. They filed it, they forgot it, they moved on.
The mansion in Manhattan they raided, the island in the Caribbean they searched, but the ranch in New Mexico stayed untouched, stayed quiet, stayed buried. 7,000 acres, and they never showed up. 7,000 acres of girls who gave up, hoping someone powerful would finally ask what happened here behind the gate, behind the glass. 7,000 acres, and they chose to look away. 7,000 acres still.
And then you got stories like this next one that make you wonder why young women are afraid to come forward about what's happened to them.
Sheriff Grady Judd from Polk County, Florida, a public servant and a social media content creator, forced a 13-year-old girl to write an apology letter to her stepfather, who was SAing her. And I just came across this story from back in 2016. It is relevant now, and I'm going to get back to that. But first, a little bit of backstory. A 13-year-old girl in Polk County, Florida, reported that her adoptive father, whom she referred to as her stepfather, named Henry Cadle, had been abusing her for years. And instead of protecting this young girl, because why would a 13-year-old lie about this? Judd and investigators determined that she was lying. She was charged with making false statements, put on probation, forced to write an apology letter to the very man she had reported for abusing her, which I can't get over. An apology letter to her abuser. I'm going to insert the letter. And she was also required to apologize to the sheriff's office. Then she was sent back into Henry Cadle's custody. And less than a month later, the abuse continued. And this time, she secretly recorded evidence herself. And that evidence led to Henry Cadle's arrest. And I want to say he was later sentenced and convicted to 17 years in prison. Her guilty plea was withdrawn. The charges against her were dismissed. And prosecutors ultimately determined she had been telling the truth all along. So let's be clear, right? A child reported abuse, didn't believe her, was punished for speaking up, was forced to apologize, and then had to gather her own evidence to prove what was happening to her. And here's why I'm sharing this story now, because what I don't understand is how this story became national news last fall, and yet Sheriff Grady Judd remains one of the most celebrated law enforcement figures on social media, and he was reelected shortly after the story had become widely known. People share his press conferences, his jokes, his viral arrests. But where were all of these people when a child was forced to apologize to her rapist per his demand? Because of
Man, I watch those Sheriff Grady like when he busts those people and he roasts the hell out of them. Like I'd go home upset after some of the things Sheriff Grady said about the people that he busts. And they're funny. But after this, man, this is a whole different taste in my mouth. You made a 13-year-old girl write an apology letter to her stepfather who was abusing her. I think you're just as guilty at this point I mean, that's just my opinion. You're the sheriff and all, but all right.
we're going to keep hearing politicians and public figures talk about protecting children, then protecting children has to mean believing them when they come forward, and taking allegations seriously, and holding systems accountable when they fail. A child should never, ever have to collect her own evidence to prove that she's being abused and deserves protection. And someone who would do something as cruel as forcing an assault victim to apologize to her abuser does not deserve a platform. And the victim, this past fall, filed a lawsuit against Sheriff Grady Judd and another investigator in fall of 2025. And as of now, I haven't been able to find a final resolution, but after being forced to apologize to her abuser and then proving she was telling the truth all along, I sincerely hope she sues the absolute hell out of everybody responsible, and I will be trying to keep an eye out for a final verdict.
The riots that occurred shortly after the New York Knicks won the finals made me realize that we really are just sheep. Like, let's call a spade a spade. The CIA already won. Because you're telling me they were able to release the Epstein files to the public, which revealed that the most powerful individuals on the planet were committing into high levels of corruption and degeneracy, and yet none of us did shit about it. We all just clocked in the next day and continued paying them taxes. But then New York wins a championship, and we see people pour into the city. We see buses getting flipped, we see streets getting shut down, and we see people coming together in a way that we've never seen before. And it really puts into perspective why the media tries so hard to divide us. Because when you watch these videos, you realize how little control anyone has once just a few thousand people show up. It's just crazy that people will come together for that, but not for something like the Epstein files. It goes to show that we really are just sheep. After all, politics are jester, there is no left versus right, and war is simply a game just for them to profit. So your only chance at a better life is really to just stack money and get out, because shit ain't changing anytime soon.
It is kind of crazy to think about. Look how many people come together for the Knicks winning that championship. You know, they'll come together for that, shut streets down in New York City, but won't come together for anything else. They want these files released so bad, right? But they won't come together like that, like not for the New York Knicks winning the championship type status.
On my life, y'all bullshitting, bro. Y'all bullshitting. And what I mean by that, my nigga, ain't nobody trying to do nothing. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing for what the fuck the government is doing to us, man. So we just gonna sit here and take this shit. So we just supposed to take everything they doing to us, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something, bro. They went over there and stole all this oil. They went to all this and stole all this oil. But got nerves, they want to sit here and want to raise the gas prices on us. Let me tell y'all something, bro, what they just did, bro. They went over there, stole some shit that wasn't theirs, brought it back over here, and now they trying to triple their money up off of us, man. And we just sitting around here taking this shit, bro. That's the shit that be pissing me off every motherfucking day I wake up, man. I wake up, I see everybody just going on by their life like none of this shit matters, bro. But let me
That's
go
the
do.
that's the part that's getting me, man, is I still gotta wake up every day and I have to be held to a standard. I have to do everything perfectly how it's supposed to be done. I have to be respectful. But the rest of it seems like the rest of not people, because we're all kind of in this together, but at least like people in authority or supposed to be management or supposed to be running things or in charge of things, or it seems like they're just like their standard is so down, it almost makes you not want to go about your day. I don't know, without acting out of pocket, kind of. But of course, we got to stay level-headed and do what we're supposed to do while they get to just be mediocre and fail us.
Something y'all gonna lock me up right away, man. Nah, bro. No, man, it don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that, bro. You know how many motherfucking crimes I committed and went to prison for what I did because I did what I did. And this motherfucker is running around with all these felonies. They doing all this shit to us and we ain't doing nothing.
I fucking feel that, dude. Now look, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. I have a fucked up past, and that I think is why, just like what he said, I think it hits me, and other people are probably like this too. It probably hits you because you've spent your time doing the messed up wrong way, and then you have spent even more time doing better and getting better and becoming a better person after being in hell. But then you're looking around you, and the people who are above you and passing you are doing the things you used to do 20 years ago and getting away with it. And it to me is disgusting, but it also just like it eats away at me, man.
But let me do something. Y'all motherfuckers gonna want me locked up right away, man. No, fuck that, man. Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, bro. We gotta do
Fuck
something, bro.
that.
We gotta do something. Ain't no way. We should fuck working, stop doing all that. Ain't no way. We supposed to be going right down on Washington right now, bro. We supposed to be at that motherfucking door, nigga. But y'all too busy running around here worried about the Joneses, bro. Y'all ain't got no heart. Where's your courage, bro? To the man. To the man. Where's the man, bro? Where's the man at?
It's a good fucking
Y'all can
question.
sit around here all day. The police could go around killing innocent people. Civilians could go around killing innocent people. Y'all could do all this. But when we got the real threat in our face, motherfuckers ain't doing nothing, bro. Y'all ain't doing shit, bro. I'm ready to fight, nigga. I'm ready to fight. Now, I ain't talking about against no whites, against blacks, no Asians. I'm talking about all of us, nigga. All that fooky ass shit, all that punk shit, goofy shit out the window, nigga. Ain't no, we supposed to be like this right now, boy. Blacks, Mexicans, goddammit, Asians, all of us supposed to be together. Even if the, man, listen, bro. I'm gonna keep this hot, bro. And this is good as it's gonna get right here, man. If motherfuckers don't come together, G, it's over for us, bro.
100%.
Y'all think a motherfucker just sitting here crazy and shit, bro. It really is. Y'all need to think about that, bro.
You wanna know what it is? It's
I
that
do.
we, the people, are supposed to hold the power. But do we? Sure, they are supposed to be representative of us, but are they? Are they? Maybe when they start, but...
I mean, ask yourself, are they? Are they are they a representative of us or kind of more of themselves? I mean, I'm not here to put thoughts in your head. I'm just here to question things and both sides. I question every side and try to get people to come up with their own opinions of things, but ask yourself that. Are they representatives of us or are they more representative of themselves?
once they're in, they're as good as bought and paid for. And that's the problem. Any real representation, any real aspiration of better change is snuffed out by the dollar bill. They become
Every time.
just another agenda-hiding, paper-pushing, bill-passing lunatic. Hiding agendas at the bottom of 1,000-page bills. They know that the average person is never going to read. So, where is our power now? If not in the hands of our representatives, it's in our numbers. And if we aren't going to use them, nothing will ever get done. I mean, what happened? Your balls
He's
drop
pretty good as
off?
Joker.
A couple 100 years ago, there'd be fires. There'd be anarchy. Upset the established order.
The plight of increasing numbers of low-income Australians who now need help just to get by. Thousands of Australians are seeking this help every day. Organisations like the Salvos are so overwhelmed with demand, they're having to turn people away. Of the 4,400 people
I opposed a pay rise for workers while I took $100,000 pay rise for myself. They got her.
15% said they'd eaten food from a rubbish bin in the past 12
But I mean, she got them. But
said they had skipped, and 32% said they do so on a daily basis. Senate parents said their children had
oh, the saviors. We're not doing that tonight.
that far left
Someone
mob
said yes,
get
we
up.
are. I mean, people are fed up, bro. Paying themselves more, taking it out of your wages so they can have more in their bank account as if they don't already have enough. Don't already have enough. And it's not just here. It's other countries are recognizing it for us if people haven't already recognized here already. But that's the video for today, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Just like, follow, and subscribe. I'm getting a little better as I go. So we'll see you next time.